What's going on, my people? Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys, where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours. And Erling Haaland, Chelsea closing in on a mammoth deal for Erling Haaland. Chelsea front runners Roman aggressively pushing for Haaland. This is the breaking news. Janaga Freutov, Fabrizio Romano, all the latest reports and the most reliable, credible journalists reporting this breaking news in the past hour, last 30 minutes. I'll be delving into all the latest news in regards to Erling Haaland, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and all the latest Chelsea news. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification and comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, because this one is going to be a juicy transfer daily. But without further ado, let's get straight into this news daily, and starting off with the report that broke literally 45 minutes ago, and that is by Janaga Freutov. Now, who is Janaga Freutov? Janaga Freutov is a presenter that often appears on ESPN. However, he's Norwegian by nationality, and he has close links to Erling Haaland's father. And Erling Haaland's father is Erling Haaland's agent, as well as Mino Raiola. I've got some interesting reports and news to give you guys, some things I've also heard from the background. But essentially what Janaga's saying is that Chelsea are working intensively to get Erling Haaland. He is seen as the missing player to make them challenge for the Premier League title next season. The fee will be very high, but confidence that this can be solved. The main obstacle could be the wage structure at Chelsea. Now, this is massive news, and in terms of the first two bullet points he mentioned there, it's nothing new. We've known this since February, March time. I've said this before. I've made countless news daily videos that involves Haaland. I've said that, Chelsea are going to be aggressive. When I mentioned that podcast that Matt Law had with the London Blue podcast back in February, March time, when Thomas Tuchel just arrived at Chelsea, he was always a club target. He was always the first choice priority. I just told you guys, let's relax a bit. I assumed the interest would be called because Dortmund secured Champions League qualification. As I said, the first two bullet points, nothing new. We know that the club would love to sign Haaland. We know that we're going to do our best in terms of attempting to sign him. And we know that he will be that missing jigsaw to potentially challenge for that Premier League title next season. This is nothing new. What's really interesting with this tweet from Janaga Freutov is the third bullet point here. The fee will be very high, but this is the beautiful part. Confidence that this can be solved. Now, this is major news. For me, this is breaking news right there, because this isn't some tier 4 journalist reporting. This is a tier 1 journalist who has connections to Fabrizio Romano. They're very close in terms of working relationship. He's very close to Erling Haaland's father, who also happens to be his agent. And there were rumours I've also heard that during the Champions League final in Porto, Roman actually met in a meeting with Mino Raiola. We know Mino Raiola is Erling Haaland's agent. We know the situation. He's a super agent. He's agent of Paul Pogba. He's also agent, of course, Erling Haaland, Gianluigi Donnarumma, all these top clients that he has. And it's going to be difficult this summer. And let me stress this now, this is not going to be an easy deal to negotiate. This is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks. This will go on and ramble on until the end of summer. Don't expect anything in the next few weeks in terms of sped up negotiations. Of course, the Euros are coming up. Now, the beauty of the Euros is Norway are not in the Euros. So, of course, Haaland is not participating in the Euros. He's pretty much off for the summer, which is fantastic news, because if we do actually sign him, he can slot straight into pre-season with Thomas Tuchel and, of course, implementing his tactics and philosophies and preparing for the next season. But for me, this is massive news, and this is the kicker. This is a beautiful part, is that there's confidence. There's confidence that we can actually get this deal done. Now, as I said in previous videos, Dortmund securing Champions League qualification, for me, in my eyes, I thought it was done personally, because they've got that Champions League revenue. They've got the profits in the Champions League. So therefore, they don't need to raise funds via player sales. They didn't need to sell a Jude Bellingham or a Jadon Sancho or Erling Haaland, because they've got that extra revenue from the Champions League. So I thought that's done and dusted. That's Haaland, staying put for another season. I said that the guy's 20. There's no rush for him to move to the Premier League. There's no rush for him to leave. He's only been there for 18 months. He can afford to stay another year, develop his game, focus on various details and characteristics of his game. But this is huge. And as I said before, the thing with Roman is, if there's a specific player Roman wants to sign, he usually gets what he wants. If Roman wants to get something done, he'll get it done. And I said back in February, Roman is very, very aggressive in the market this summer. He's willing to back Thomas Tuchel. He's willing to get the best of the best fish in the market. And as Erling Haaland, we know that it's a position we need to strengthen. We're not scoring enough goals. We're creating a lot of chances. Now, we'll make a separate video for this in terms of a talking point video, because there's this misconception, there's this ideology within the fan base that we create so many chances, but we actually don't. If you look at the details of the metrics, XG, all these metrics, we don't actually create a lot of high quality chances. Do we create a lot of chances? Yes, that is correct. But a lot of these chances are low XG chances. What does that mean? It means that there's not enough creativity within the team. We're creating chances, but it's not absolute sitters every single game. Now, yes, Werner's missed sitters, of course, but we're not missing sitters. We're not creating fabulous opportunities week in, week out. We're not. So if, in my personal opinion, as well as a Haaland, we still need to sign a creative player. But that's just my personal opinion. Or we can look to develop a Ziyech. Hopefully Ziyech will still adapt for the second season. Hopefully he will be a much improved player for next season. You could also argue that with Kai Havertz as well. But for me, this is a player that we need to sign. End of, full stop, because he's world class. He's a generational talent. He's only 20 and he's only going to develop. Imagine this guy in the prime of his career. And as I said before, Haaland would be the superstar signing, of course. There's no doubt in my mind that he would thrive at Chelsea because of his ego, his mentality, his willingness to win, his ambition. And of course, Chelsea being champions of Europe, we can attract any sort of player. Chelsea are the kings of Europe. Now, according to Mail Sport as well, that was broken yesterday, Borussia Dortmund have placed a £172 million asking price on Erling Haaland to try to deter interest of Chelsea, Man City, Man United and Real Madrid this summer. We know that the release clause for Haaland kicks in next summer at €75 million, and the idea from Chelsea, of course, is similar to what we did with Kai Havertz, knowing that because of the pandemic and the fee that Dortmund are asking in terms of asking price, we know that the majority of these elite clubs haven't got the finances to pay an astronomical fee. We're talking extortionate numbers here, especially when you're adding in, Minarala's agent fees. We're talking wages as well, and as Yanaga just reported there's going to be a massive wage problem. So this is far from being completed. Get excited, yes, but don't think this is anywhere near done, because this summer is going to be a war between Mourinho and Minarala. Not only do we have to pay extortionate wages to Erling Haaland, he's going to command at least £350,000 to £400,000 a week. We're going to have to pay astronomical agent fees to Minarala as well. We know that the amount of money he commands, he's a super agent in football. It's the main reason why we didn't sign Lukaku back in 2017. He commands these ridiculous agent fees. So we're going to have to pay our agent fees, these wages, these bonuses, these clauses, these add-ons, where it's going to mount up, and you're looking at an easy £250 to £300 million package in total when you consider the transfer fee, the agent fee, the wages. When you combine the whole package together, it's going to be an astronomical fee. Do we have the finances? Yes, 100%. The Champions League winning money, the Champions League qualification money, fourth place finish. We're going to also sell some players this summer. We still got some summer left over as well, some finances and revenue left over as well. So from sponsorship deals and brand deals. So in terms of finances, we're in the green. We can afford it, but it's about reducing those costs as much as you can, because the more we can reduce the costs, the better, because it means that we can also invest in other areas of the team, because we can't just sign Haaland. As great as it would be, fantastic world-class signing, we also need to look at other areas where we can bolster and strengthen. I still think that we need to look at other positions to strengthen if we really want to win the Premier League title next season, but that's just my personal opinion on that. And as I said, £172 million is the asking price according to the Mail Sport. Now, from what I heard, it's going to be 130 million plus. At least 130. It will not be lower than 130. Dortmund are reluctant to sell, of course they are, but they are open to selling. There's been positive talks have been held. That's what I've been told. I've been told that positive negotiations, positive talks between both of the clubs and representatives. But this will drag on. This will drag on weeks and weeks and weeks. This will drag on all summer, even during the Euros. As I said, any bit of detail from reliable journalists, you'll be hearing it on this channel. This will be heard first on this channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that bell notification so you never miss an upload. But as I said, what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you think that 150 plus is too much for Erling Haaland, or do you think that he's worth it because he's a world-class generational talent? Leave me your thoughts, opinions. Do you think Haaland would flop at Chelsea, or do you think that he would thrive at Chelsea under the current conditions and Thomas Tuchel being at the helm? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But for the final story, and it is in regards to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, another striker, but this time from the north of London. According to reports, Chelsea would be interested in signing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Of course, we know the situation with him. Currently unhappy at Arsenal, hasn't had the greatest seasons. He recently signed that brand new 3-year contract at Arsenal at the start of the season. A staggering £350,000 a week. And he just hasn't hit the heights of last season. He hasn't produced the goods. He hasn't produced that goal-scoring output that he usually does. Arsenal have had a very poor season, a shambolic season, coming in 8th place. Again, trophyless for them as well. Aubameyang would look to leave. You know, he's worked on Thomas Tuchel before. He's thrived and strived on Thomas Tuchel before. But the question is now that I don't see this being realistic. We'd never pay anywhere near those wages. He hasn't been at his best for a year. He's aging. He's 32 years of age. Yes, he's worked on Thomas Tuchel. Yes, he's Premier League proven, and he's already settled in London. But that's a completely different situation and circumstance. We have to, of course, pay a transfer fee to Arsenal. On top of that, we have to almost match his wages that he's currently on. And there's that risk of him never returning to his best because of his age and the fact that, of course, he hasn't produced for over a year. So a lot of risk when it comes to Aubameyang, and of course I don't see this being likely at all. This is just rumours and reports. I see, as I said, if we're going to slash big for a striker, we know that Chelsea need a striker, but if we're going to slash big, it's going to be either Erling Haaland or Romelu Lukaku, so I don't see Aubameyang being realistic at all. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this news, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.